Every day you pass through miles of it. Your house, office, and every store you go to have it. It goes under several names, including drywall, sheetrock, wallboard, plasterboard, and gypsum wallboard. Despite how common drywall is in our daily lives, very few people are aware of its production process, origin, or true utility. The questions about drywall, drywall finishing, and drywall taping are all answered in this video. Never miss this since it will be very educational for you. Walls and ceilings are built with drywall, a building material. Many design elements, such as eaves, arches, and other architectural peculiarities, are also made using it. It can be installed quickly and easily, is highly resilient, and only needs minor repairs when it is broken. In the field of commercial construction, drywall is utilized to cover steel beams in columns and to top off masonry walls above ceilings. Additionally, drywall is utilized to enhance fire resistance to walls and ceilings, restricting the spread of fire so that evacuees can do so without risk. Plaster was utilized for construction interiors before the widespread adoption of drywall. Layers of wet plaster have been applied over countless hardwood strips known as laths for hundreds of years to build walls and ceilings. The walls would eventually be formed by the wet plaster hardening, but the installation and repair processes took a long time and required skill. Plaster walls required the application of multiple layers, with a lengthy drying period between each coat. Plaster application was labor-intensive and required trained craftsmen to work on a tiny portion of a wall for weeks on end, in addition to its lengthy installation period. Walls that would require weeks to complete with plaster might be completed in a few days with drywall and would be more durable and less expensive to construct. Plaster requires more time and effort to repair damaged areas than drywall, which is also more fire resistant. Despite all these advantages, drywall adoption among builders took some time to take off. The last 50 or 60 years have seen the material finally earn some semblance of respect. Let's examine the various varieties of drywall and discover how it came to be the most popular building material ever. Drywall types. Because it's simple to learn and doesn't require any pricey specialized tools, drywall installation is a common DIY activity for homeowners. Use the table in the previous section to decide the type of drywall you require for your project before estimating the number of sheets you'll need based on the size of the area before starting to install drywall in your home. You can divide your project into 3 simple parts after making your purchase or rental. 1. Cutting. Lay out your drywall sheets initially on a dry, level surface. Use a pencil to mark the spot on the sheet where you need to cut it to the length you need for your project. Cut the sheet following the marks with a drywall saw while using a T-square as a guide. To prepare your supplies for the craft, you can either make the majority of your cuts beforehand, or you can cut parts as you go. 2. Suspended. Start screwing your drywall sheets to the metal or wood studs that serve as the room's framing. When using wood studs, you should hang your sheets horizontally, however metal studs perform better when installed vertically. This is because wood studs have a higher propensity to deflect and deform over time. 3. Completing. You'll tape, sand, and finish the drywall at the end. Applying 3 layers of mud, 1 layer of drywall tape, and a ton of sandpaper are required for this. Taping drywall. The phrase taped in mud is frequently used about aesthetics and even fire protection laws and requirements when working on the drywall in your home. What is mudding exactly? What is taping exactly? After reading this, you'll be able to quickly respond to the question, what do tape and mud mean? Taping and mudding have an awful ring to them, don't they? These duties fall under the category of drywall finishing. The process entails several steps, beginning with the meticulous taping of all the seams where drywall sheets intersect. Applying mud, drywall compound, in at least a few layers, followed by drying, curing, and sanding is necessary. The terms refer to a method for drywall that makes it safe, fireproof, and smooth. Another option is to layer or purchase drywall or sheetrock that already has a certain fire resistance rating. Adjacent drywall sheets can be bonded together by using drywall tape. By doing this, continuity is created and motion or cracking is lessened. If you don't use tape to reinforce it, the joint compound can become powder. Drywall mesh may be required in situations where considerable movement is anticipated, but it is more expensive and harder to smooth out, thus it is normally only used for potentially troublesome regions. You must be cautious when taping to prevent tape bubbles. Paper drywall tape should be used with mud that dries by air, while fiberglass tape that sticks to itself works better with setting chemicals, mud cured by chemical reaction rather than air drying. Drywall finishing. The last phase in the drywall process is drywall finishing. This last process involves taping and mudding the walls to make them smooth, hard, and prepared for painting after the drywall sheets have been hung and installed. The 5 trades for ceiling, wall, and drywall installation systems, the Association of the Wall and Ceiling Industry, AWCI, Ceiling and AMP, Interior Systems Construction Association, CISCA, Drywall Finishing Council, WFC, Gypsum Association, GA, and Painting and Decorating Contractors of America have established 5 different drywall finishing levels, each with its own set of standards, PDCA. All drywall finishing tasks demand the same fundamental procedures. The process of mudding, taping, and painting drywall to strengthen walls and get them ready for paint is known as drywall finishing. Here is a description of how it functions. Apply a small layer of hot mud to any drywall joints or gaps before finishing them. This is a powdered joint compound that must first be diluted with water before use. Pre-filling guarantees that all seams, screws, and uneven surfaces are smoothed down and coated. It also might keep screws in place. Put mud on tape. This is how flats, corners, and butts where 2 drywall sheets meet are covered with drywall tape, either mesh or paper tape, where 2 non-tapered sheets of drywall meet. Separate drywall panels are covered by tape, which also smooths the wall's surface. Additionally, it strengthens exposed portions like corners so that they maintain their shape. Apply taping mud along the joint before covering it with drywall tape and pressing it down to start taping. Wipe off any extra muck. Once the taping mud has dried, apply a coat of topping compound, a powdered mud diluted with water, to the tape. The final stage in a basic drywall finish is a coating, which is applied with boxes or handheld knives depending on the amount of finishing. Stages for finishing drywall. Levels are used to categorize drywall finishing, providing industry-wide standards that ensure uniformity across all projects. There are 5 drywall finishing levels, with level 1 serving as a basic finish and level 5 serving as a highly polished, meticulously layered finish. Each level progresses in intricacy and amount of coatings. Here is a closer examination of each. Level 1. Known also as fire tape, level 1 drywall finish is frequently used in garages, storage rooms, mechanical rooms, and other strictly practical spaces without a requirement for decoration. All flats, butts, and angles must adhere to the level 1 standard by being taped. Level 2. Flats, butts, angles, and screws must all be coated once with coating mud for the level 2 drywall finish, also referred to as a top coat. Closets and rooms with shelves are frequent locations for level 2, which might be painted to conceal coating blemishes. Level 3. All flats, butts, angles, and screws must be double coated for level 3 drywall finishing, commonly referred to as a skim coat. Angles are boxed or smoothed with a mud-filled wheeled box tool, and the corner bead is double coated. Most storage chambers and rooms with textured walls are on level 3. Level 4. All components of level 4 drywall finish, often known as a smooth finish, must be coated 3 times, with all angles boxed, including butts, angles, flats, screws, and corner beads. The majority of residential interiors have a level 4 finish, which is adequate for hanging wallpaper. Level 5. Level 5 drywall finish completely covers the drywall in coating mud, ensuring that the paint looks even and is perfect for walls with dark hues or high-gloss shine. In addition, level 5 can draw attention to a wall by exhibiting art. So this is the end of our video. Do you like it? Give your opinion in our comments section and don't forget to subscribe to our channel.